Welcome to this look at new mods on Farming Simulator 22 with me, Mr. Searly P. It's Monday the 5th of June. We've got some new mods. We've got a few updates too. The John Deere 6030 Premium Series by DB the T7 HD Series Edition by Fritz, the Quick Bale by Mark Thor. That's an interesting one in that part of the updates for this, they've added a quick bale option with a speed increase for better productivity. They've added some more colour options, support for soybean straw, cornstalk straw and flax straw depending on the map you're on. It's also added a bale turner so it can leave them flat on the ground rather than rolling. Some extra manufacturers, Claas, Fendt, Kubota, Lely, Pertinger. And it's also changed the silage additive capacity from 50 litres to 60 litres to match pallet sizes, and that continual wrapping sound I know I've found when I've been using it, that's been fixed as well. So yeah, I haven't actually grabbed one out yet, but a quick bale, impressive stuff. That's by Mark Thor. The Joskin Modulo 2 by Budovec Team, the Seeds add-on by DD Mod Passion, and the Collection of Colourful Trees by Team IWMM have all had updates. The Pellets of Production is what we're going to start with in front of me. This is by FSPT. It is 3 megabytes download, 29 slots on console, 20,000 to buy. You find it in build mode and productions. There's also a sell point to the side that comes with this. This is 1 slot and 1,000 to buy. Oh, that's what I need to do, is put these back on. I always switch them off for doing thumbnails and then forget to put them back on again. So, you can bring here wood chips, straw, or wood. Or all three if you want to. 15,000 litres of each is what it will hold, and when you turn the production on it makes pallets of wood pellets. 4,000 litre pallets. Because it was chugging and chugging and chugging. I'm thinking, oh, that's weird, why haven't I got a pallet yet? 4,000 litre pallets. And then with the sell point you take them along and sell them. Price on them is pretty good. If we go to our pricing page, which is just here, right at the bottom there, pellets it says. So you've got to sell everything if you've got that on, depending on the map, whether it might have, but I wouldn't have thought it would. But the pellet sale, compared to the sell everything, 3,995. I'm on normal economy on this map. That's per 1,000 litres. So that's nearly 16 grand for that pellet. That's pretty cool. So your production itself is also pretty cool. So you've got wood pellets from wood pellets from wood chips, and pellets from straw. All of them are a 1:2 ratio, so you're doubling what you put in, which is also pretty cool. Now it doesn't matter which one of those you put it on, you just get pellets out. You don't get separate wood pellets, wood chip pellets, straw pellets, you just get pellets, a pallet of pellets. So as I said, build mode production, and then if we go into build mode production, then sell points is where you'll find, there you go, the pellets sale just there. That's by FSPT. Next we've got these, the Mobile Barrier. This by HR Forst and Fahrzeugbau, 0.36 megabytes download, 2 slots for the first one, and then slot count comes down to 1. You can have either of these two configurations. Now you can't pick them up by hand, but as you can see you can pick them up with forks, you can pick them up with crane grabs, there is various log forks, anything like that really you can pick them up with, put them onto trailers to strap them down. You can pick them up with the pallet, the straps. So we'll pick up with these as well. There you go. So for loading, unloading, moving around, and you can place your barriers wherever you want to. Rather cool. You'll find them under tools and miscellaneous, just there. 1,500, like I said, slot count comes down to 1, and those are your two options for colours. That's the Mobile Barrier by HR Forst und Fahrzeugbau. Next we've got the Manchego Mill. This is from La Mancha. Or these are from La Mancha, should I say. This is by, I want to get this right because I wrote it down and my handwriting's time. ProGarModding, Toymatao and Pericops, or could be Pericops, but Pericops I think. 5.91 megabytes download. There are two. There's a mill which acts as a standard grain mill. You probably just saw under production. So you put flour, you put flour in. No, you don't put flour in. Wheat, barley, oat or sorghum in, flour out. So putting in is done there. Once you turn it on, once you've got the stuff in there, that starts to rotate. Before that, it will sit still. Actually, what I should be able to do, blimey, Oh, that's why. They're 300 litre pallets. I was thinking, wow, have I got so many pallets so quickly? It's because they're only 300 litres, not 1,000 litre pallets. But there you go, we've already got some pallets spawned. That's what they look like. Managed production around the back here. If I turn those off now, that should... There you go, so it's stopped now. So once they're turned on, it will operate. The noise you can hear is the one behind me. But the one behind me is a little bit puzzling. So this one's under build mode. 6 slots. Build mode and production. Just there, 68,500. Slot count comes down to 1. The other one is under generators, because this one is just it generates power. Now it does say there 5,568 per month, which is interesting because on the website, on the details in the description, it says income per hour 2,000. So I'm a little bit puzzled whether it's 2,000 per hour, which seems quite high. I mean, I would think it's probably more likely to be that 5,568 a month. That would seem a little bit more realistic possibly. But anyway, 40 grand. Slot count on this one is 3, which comes down to 1. So that's the 2 of those. I'm glad they spawned. I wasn't sure how long to leave it before we got some. But there you go, 300 litre pallets. So that's the Manchego Mill by ProGarModding, Toymatao and Pericops. Next we have got quite a selection. This is the Silos and Containers by BERNIESCS, 29.92 megabytes to download. Slot counts vary and we'll go through the selection of them. We've got some under silos. For example, this one, that one, and the one right on the end are multi-crop, like multi-fruit silos. This one here is for animal feeds, things like that, so pig food, total mix ration, hay, straw, all that kind of stuff. This one over here is for potatoes, sugar beet and sugar beet cut, and behind it there's a silo extension. And then we come around to the front, we've got fuel, dispensing water, that one's fuel as well I think, and that one is for seed and fertilizer if I recall correctly. Now, unlike these ones where you can fill them up, for example this one here, 5,000 litres, and you can pay someone to come and fill it up. That one you've got to put it in and out yourself. So in done there and out. Sorry, in done there and out, taken out from the spout. So each one very nicely made, nicely detailed. You can see where you're putting in, you can see where you're taking out. Quite straightforward. We'll have a look at them all in the menu. Also with this, the description again in the mods hub doesn't seem to tie up with what it says in the build mode, but I'll show you what I mean. If we go into build mode and we go to silos, just there. So the first one then, this one here, 11,000 to buy. Slot count comes down from 9 to 1. That's multi-fruit silo, tower silo, 2 million litres. The one next to it, that one there, that's 8,000 to buy. Slot count on that is 7, which comes down to 1. 200,000 litres. And like I said, that one, I might bring a tray over it, but that one, yeah, like I said, pig food, total mix ration, silage, hay, straw, all those kind of things. So that's what that one's for. Then this one here, 11,000, the twin tower silo melt fruit, 2 million litres. That one there. Slot count, what was that slot on that one? That was 8. The slot count on this one is 7. Also 2 million litres, multi-fruit, 15 grand to buy. Which is interesting. I suppose it will depend on the style. It will depend on the farm you've got, on what particular silo you might. That's more of a an American style, I guess. The sizes, the capacities are exactly the same, although that one's 4 grand more than that one, so it's going to come down to what you prefer really. Then we come across to this one here, potato silo, which was 6 slots I think it was. Potato silo, 15 grand, 100,000 litres. But then if we come up to silo extensions, out on the end there for 5 grand you've got a 100,000 litre extension, so you could add multiple extensions around the side of that for your sugar beet cut and potatoes in there. Again, in and out, fairly straightforward on that one. And then if we go back to our silos, the last one out on the end there, 15 grand as well for 2 million litres, again multi-fruit. Now if we come out of there and go to our containers, that's where you find the next one. So this one here at the front, 5,300 to buy, 4 slots, 27,300 litres. of seed or solid fertiliser. The next one over, 5,300 to buy. That's also 4 slots. That'll do. Well, we've already seen 5,000 each you can put in. The water tower is just a water tower. You get your water from it. Actually, I didn't check to see whether or not the water was free. Bear with me a second. I'll get a water tank. We'll check that. And then for 8,500, I think slot counts were 4, 4, 5, and 7 on these. So 4, 4, 5, and 7. And that one then there, 173,500 litres. That one is. What did I say it was? I said it was. Fuel. It's not fuel, is it? This one's liquid fertiliser on the end. So yeah, fuel for that one, liquid fertiliser for this one. Bear with me a second. I'll go and grab a water tanker and we'll bring it over just to check to see whether you have to pay once you've bought it. So yeah, quite a few to choose from. All multi-fruits apart from obviously the one that is for your forage and the one that's for your potatoes, sugar beet and sugar beet cut. But yeah, I like the designs of them. They stand out because they are a bit different to other things we've had before. I guess not all of them, but some of them. Let's double check. Start filling. It does charge you. Okay, at least we know. So for the water one, it will charge you. So that's the silos and containers. So silos pack by BERNIESCS. Next we've got this. This is the Pigsty and Manure Heap by Granjeiro, Vergamini Modding and Lostgamer. 17.54 megabytes download for the main building itself. 14 slots, 60,000 to buy, 400 pigs it will contain. And then we've got the Manure Heap that comes with this pack. That's 2 slots, 10,000 to buy with a 1 million litre capacity. Now, this has got all the various. If you've got the icons turned on, if you've got them switched on, but you can change the colour of the siding, so you can have it yellow or blue. Nice little touch there. Feed and bedding goes in here. Got doors open either end. They all seem very happy. I like the piping coming from the feed trough. The piping going out and going to each of the stalls. The pigs are in the stalls. Do get a little bit of clipping, and we have on the other one as well that we've got today. But if we come out there, close that door. Come into the side here and open this one. We can open the little window here as well. We've got lighting all over the place again. Nice icons, so even I don't miss the light switches. Then over here we've got the open curtain side. So if we open that. Get a bit of fresh air in there for the pigs, especially in the hot weather when it gets a little bit whiffy. Silage point, sorry, not silage point, slurry point, it's just out here. And then your dialogue box for putting them in. If you want to go for a bit more immersion, you can. So when you're bringing your trailers up to load or unload, you can open this gate here. You can come and open this gate here. So you can kind of, I know they don't actually, but you can kind of simulate them going in and out. So that's your dialogue box. Then again, light switch, nice and easy to find. There's one inside as well. So yeah, that's pretty cool. You'll find it under build mode. Animals, pigs, slot count comes down to 1. And then if we go to our buildings, silos, just there for the manure heap, slot count will come down to 1. 1 million litres for 10 grand. So that's the Pigsty and Manure Heap by Granjeiro and Vergamini Modding. Next we've got the Modern Pigsty. This is by VertexDezign, 24.02 megabytes download, 12 slots on console, 364 grand to buy, and it will hold 460 pigs. Slurry point you can see there. Come around to the front, we've got our feed point. Now, this is another one, again with all the pipe work and stuff. Feed point here. Bedding. The trigger was just inside here. A little bit trickier because if you've got 460 pigs and they require a fair bit of straw for bedding, you're going to need a pretty low trailer or possibly bales. Dialogue box is just here for your 460. I've only got 10 in there at the moment. But what's nice as well, inside here, we've got our lighting, but there's also red lighting. Now what I didn't know, and I found out by looking at it, pigs can't see the colour red. So if you're working at night and you don't want to disturb pigs, especially. I'm assuming this is for the piglets, because I couldn't find a red light switch out in the main area out here. So if you need to work with them or deal with them, you can turn the lights on, have the red lighting, and they don't even notice. As far as they're concerned, it's still dark. I had no idea. There you go, I learnt something today. If we open this door here and come in, so you've got all the silo for the food that comes in, then the pipe work comes out, goes out from the wall and into the main thing. We've got a light switch in here as well. We can open this door. There's nothing in here, I don't think. No. I did put a little bit of bedding in just to find the trigger, but not a huge amount. When we come into the main area, and we've got another light switch here that turns off the lights in the main area. Like I said, I couldn't find a red light switch. And until you get more in, not all of the pens have got pigs in when you first start out, I suppose. There you go, look. That's cool, isn't it? I like that. Under build mode, animals and pigs. 364 grand slot count comes down to 1. That's the modern pigsty by VertexDezign. Next we have got, oh yeah, we've got these. This is the Lizard SJ7 by Erik, Isac and Agro mods. 1.17 megabytes download. There are 2 slots each. We have got a plough, 2 slots, 2.5 meters, yeah, for each of them. We've got a plough and we've got a weeder. So this is a hoe weeder, designed more specifically for like row crops, things that are in rows, as you can see, because that would be space, so each one would go through and take the weeds out between the rows. I haven't got any weeds on the map, but that's what that does. 2.5 meters wide. It's not going to be, I say it's not going to be, you can use anything on big fields, of course you can. It's just going to take you longer the smaller the implement. And then the plough here as well, 2 slots, 2.5 meters wide. If we go into our equipment, and where are our weeders? So under weeders is where you find that one. Slot count comes down to 1. No options, you get it just like that. And we come out of there and we go up to our ploughs. Again, slot count comes down to 1. 60 horsepower required. No options on that either. And there we go. We are ploughing. We do have the option to create fields, to extend fields you've got, or create your own new ones if you want to. That's the Lizard SJ7 by Erik, Isac, Agro mods. Next, we have got over here. Just stop there and jump out. We've got this. This is the Lizard 619. This is by Nicola757 and VuleX. 6.18 megabytes download, 5 slots on console, 1.3 meters wide. This is a power harrow. I love the sections under there. We'll have to turn this on. Hopefully you'll be able to see it operating, because it's got the rear flap on there as well. Again, small field work stuff, unless you've got plenty of time on your hands. So you'll find this, I'll show you the other one while we're in here as well, because they're right next to each other. But under power harrows, so just there, the Lizard 619, 1200, slot count comes down to 1, only 33 horsepower required, no options on it, you get it just like that. And then the one next to it we've got is the Lizard Terra, also by VuleX but not Nicola757. 4.28 megabytes download, 4 slots on console, 2.8 meters wide, 10 grand to buy, slot count comes down to 1, and again no options on that. So both power harrows, one by Nicola757 and VuleX, that one just by VuleX. So let's grab our tractor, back up and hook up like so. I don't think, I wondered whether we could lift that flap out though. I don't think we can, but we can sort of see on there. Let's turn it on. That's a serious piece of equipment. You do not want to get your fingers in. Hands, arms, limbs, any kind of so on this field where we've got a crop that's been harvested, you've got shallow cultivation. But if we come over to a field, if you've ploughed, and I mean it's generally designed power harrows, they go along because they're powered from the PTO to break up the large clods and stuff like that, so it will give that cultivated look. Like I say, it's going to take you a while. But that's cool, I like the animation on that as well. That's nice bit of kit there. So now, disconnect it. That's the first of them. the Lizard 619, and then we've got the Lizard Terra. We'll do exactly the same thing. Should do actually, I need to be around the other side of it, that would help to hook up to it. A little bit wider, which makes life a little bit easier. So there we go, same thing. Bit of weight on this actually. Should have probably got a front weight, but I brought them both out together, so. There we go. The Lizard Terra by VuleX. Lights off. Next we have got, oh yeah, so over here somewhere. We've got this. This is the Strautmann GS 1750 by AgrarDesignAustria. 2.06 megabytes download, 3 slots on console, 960 litres. This is a bucket silage grab. There's not much else to this actually. You'll find it under front loader tools. There you go. 1,800 to buy. Slot count comes down to 1. 960 litres. It will do everything as a bucket at 960 litres. But with the grab on it as well, you can grab bales and things like that if you need to for feed and that kind of thing. No options available on it. You get it just like that. Weirdly, on the description for this one, it does say, and it threw me a little bit, it says buckets or shear grabs are cost-effective options for clean and quick picking up of silage. Strautmann offers the appropriate solution for any businesses or any business. Buckets and grabs in 4 different sizes each. So I'm thinking, okay, have I missed some of there are 4 of these. I'm assuming that's from Strautmann themselves, but as far as this one goes, this is the only one there is, 960 litres. I did have a check through into wheel loaders, telehandlers, skid steer loaders. There was nothing else, just this one under front loaded tools. So we'll hook it up. Open the bucket, or open the grab, should I say, the shear grab. And then we've got our scoop. There you go, that's it for that one. A lot of detail into it as well though, when you look at all the connections. Again, it's one of those things, there's not a lot to it, but there is for the mod, if you know what I mean, for the actual modding of it. So there we go, the Strautmann GS 1750 by AgrarDesignAustria. Next we've got the Lizard Tanker 10,000, this by FBRmodding, Ede and Lucas. 10.25 megabytes download, 5 slots on console, 10,000 litre. You'll find it under auger wagons. Auger wagons. I don't know what an auger wagon is. An auger wagon. So it'll do your auger wagon type things. 30 grand, 10,000 litres, 80 horsepower. Slot count comes down to 1. So it'll do your main crop types, including seed and fertiliser. We've got the option of, there's nothing within these options, but we've got Lizard, Radestein, Trelleborg, Mitas, Michelin, Continental, back to Lizard again. For our tyre choices, we start this up. So pipe out, like so. Once the pipe is out, we don't have any options to adjust that up and down, it's like that, but we do have a light on the pipe as well, which is cool. But we've also got a tip side tube or tip side grain door. So tip side tube, it will do that. Tip side grain door, it will do that. So if you want to unload into a sell point or a silo or something like that, you don't have to do it from the pipe. And we can actually, if we put the pipe away, turn the lights off. If we've got it on tip side grain door, you don't need the pipe out at all to unload. I mean, the pipe, generally speaking. Oh, hang on. Whoa, I take that back. Tip side grain door. It hasn't given me the option. No, I was going to say. Glad I checked it. I thought it would allow me to, but it's not. So I've got to have the pipe out. Oh, okay, there you go. Yeah, so you have to have the pipe out whether you're unloading from the chute or from the grain door. So there we go. That's the Lizard Tanker 10,000 by FBRmodding, Ede and Lucas. Next, We've got this. This is the Claas Volto 80. This is by AgrarDesignAustria. 17.37 megabytes download, 7 slots on console, 7.7 meters wide. The last 3 mod reviews, 3, 4, we've had Tedders of various different sizes. This is a 7.7 meter one. You will find it, unsurprisingly, under Tedders. Just there, 18 grand, 60 horsepower required. Slot count comes down to 1. We've got the option of support arm. So you've got 1 on it, 2 on it, or a support wheel. Warning signs, no, yes, yes with lights, or back off again. And then we've got the weight set balls for attachment. You've got yes or no for those little cups in the bottom. And then main colour again, this does the wheel arms. Hang on. Ah. What changed? Oh, only down there. I wonder if it's supposed to be all of them. On the last ones we had, it did all of them, but apparently it's only doing the ones down there on the floor. Yeah. Well, there you go. Okay. That'll teach me to assume, won't it? Because it makes you know what. So, let's hook up. I'm not going to say it again. I say every single time I do the tedders about the tedding animation, so I won't say this time. But again, loads of detail in this. There we go. 7.7 meters of tedding wonder. That's the Claas Volto 80 by AgrarDesignAustria. Next, we've got this, the Strauman Striblitz Be5. This is by AgrarDesignAustria as well. 12.61 megabytes download, 7 slots on console with a 6.5 meter spread width. Off the back, we've got 3 different capacities on this. This will also do lime, so it will do manure and lime spreading. If you want it to do lime spreading, you will find it under manure spreaders out on the end there. 4,500, that's all for the base model. 64 horsepower required. We can have it like that, 8,500 litres, 10,500 litres, or 12,500 litres, and it only adds on 150. That is cheap as chips, isn't it? For 12,500 litres, 4,650. Wow, that's pretty cool. So we've got under our tyres, we've got BKT, Trelleborg, Vredestein, back again under BKT. Those under Trelleborg, under Vredestein. Then design colour. This is for the grate at the front. We've got galvanised, fire galvanised, or red. Rim colour, we've got silver or red, and then license plate option on there as well. So, start up. We've got lights on it and indicators in the back. I didn't show that on the Volto, but we have them on that as well. Turn the lights off. And then we unfold the manure spreader, like so. And away we go. We can activate double application as well, so if you're not running precision farming but you want to get both your fertilising states down in one go, you can activate it like that. It will run slower, but you are getting both applications down. It's going to get through the manure a lot quicker. The same with any of the fertiliser spreaders that allow double application, slurry spreaders, that kind of stuff. Nice animation. And when you're done, fold it back up again and you are good to go. The Strautmann Striblitz Be5 by AgrarDesignAustria, which brings me on to the last of the mods for today. And it's a corker, or say it's a corker, they are corkers. And it's these. This is the John Deere 7R US series by CustomModding. CustomModding, quality stuff. I mean, a lot of quality stuff, but 52.4 megabytes download. We've got 2 in this pack. We've got the 2014 version, which is this one here, and then we've got the 2022 version. The 2014 version, slightly different styling designs. If you look up the lights at the top, we've got the oval lights, we've got beacons on the top, that kind of stuff. And if we move over to the 2020, I mean, there are other differences to them. And this one doesn't have the option. In real life, it might do, but in this one, it doesn't have the option for a front 3-point link. That one does. But on this one, if you look up, you've got slightly different lighting on there. You've got sort of hexagonal lights, and you've got these rhomboids. No beacons on there because it's got flashing. If we jump up on the top there, oh no, can't go on there. These round discs there are your flasher units on there as well. So this is the more modern version, shall we say? But both very nicely made, lots of detail on them. The cab's interiors are fantastic. So you'll find these under vehicles, under large tractors. So the 2014 version is the first one we'll look at. 238 grand for the base model. Slot counts on these are 24 for the 2014 version, 23 for the 2022. Difference in price slightly, but you'll also find that the 2014 version only goes up to 352 horsepower. The 2022 version goes up to 388 horsepower. So that's one of the differences between them. They both go 31 miles an hour, top whack. So 245 horsepower, 269, 290, 305, 332, 352. Then back to 245 again. So wheel brands, we've got Michelin, Lizard, and back to Michelin. So under Michelin, we have got Lizards. I think it's pretty much the same tyre choices. Oh no, back to there. So don't know. We've got one at 90-inch spacing, but it doesn't go through the 650s or the 900s. I don't think. No. And then the second set of Lizards are your big boys, your 1250s with weights, and then the rear are 1400. That's a monster. Let's go back to that. Then we've got fenders. So we've got no front, rear, front and rear. Weight holder. No, this is on the front, isn't it? So we've got weights, protection grid, back to weight holder. No 3-point link option on the front of this one as an option. Then we've got extended monitor inside, yes or no. 3-point hitch on the back, so it just comes with a standard hitch. 3-point hitch is extra. God, John Deere, man, they're stitching you up. You only get like that. But anyway, yeah, 3-point hitch is extra. Window tints. Starfire receiver on the top if you want it. Then you've got the celebration decal for 100-year celebration. Beacon lights, left, right, both, or off. Then we've got front attacher, yes or no, the John Deere attacher. And then license plate option on there. Then if we go over to the 2022 version. So this one, 305 horsepower, 332, 352, 373, 388, and then back again. So 388 horsepower. Michelin, Lizard, and Lizard. I think we've got some extra tyres. I'm just trying to think actually. On the Michelins then. Yeah, the 650s, then the 900s, then back. No jewels or anything on those actually. Then the Lizards. We go through those options. We've got a 90-inch spacing. The difference in that, let's go back to that. That's your 30-inch spacing. And then 90, much wider. Yeah. And then we go to our second set of Lizards again with the big boys. Fender options, I think, are the same. It's already got a large rear one, so you've only got a front or on or off. You haven't got a front, rear on both. It's just front on or off. Then front weights, we go through the options, the same as last time, but this does have a 3-point option like that as well, if you want a front hydraulic. We've got the same thing with the monitor. Yes or no. Then 3-point hitch to the back again, standard like that, or with the 3-point hitch. Window tints the same. And then we've got front loader attacher, yes or no. With the front loader attacher, this is all integral. So if I take off, for example, where are we? Our fenders. Take the fenders off and go down to my front loader. If I put the front loader on, the bracket that holds the front loader and the toolbox and the fender are all together. So if I put front loader on, it automatically puts the fender on. Just something to be aware of if you don't particularly like fenders. I don't know why you wouldn't, but anyway, then there's a license plate option on there too. So 2014 lighting. Beacons. Now we unfold the tractor, puts out lighting stalks, our indicator stalks out. Turn the lights off on that one. And then we've got right stick side to side, we've got the door that opens on this one. And I think that's it. Yeah. But what I do like as well is you get it on some tractors, you've got a nice bit of movement on the tractor. Not all of them have it. With the acceleration and braking, movement of the cab, tyres, you seem to get a bit more deformation on this. I don't think it's just me imagining it, but it just feels like there's a bit more movement on there. Interior, really nicely detailed. Got that swing again. So that's the 2014. Stop there. And then we go to the 2022, and you'll see already the lighting's different. We turn the lighting on. There you go. So the lighting's different. Light the stalks the same. You can unfold the stalks, fold the stalks like so. But this one, just rather than just the door, we have got door. And we have got rear window on this one, opens and closes. But like I say, we didn't get the option for beacons because we've got those flasher units. You can just see those flashing. At night, they really stand out. Obviously, for the moment, they don't look. So they don't look like much. They don't look like they're doing much, but they do. Fancy mirrors. It's all a little bit more angular, isn't it? The modern versions. But again, really nicely detailed interior. So that's the 2022 version. That's the John Deere 7R US series by Custom Modding. Very nice. And that's it for the mods for Monday the 5th of June. I hope you found this useful and informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.